What is going on YouTube? This is Platinum Point, and I'm here to bring you guys yet again another Weiss Schwarz video. Today we're going to be exploring 8 standby Nino and how it has changed post premium booster. We're going to go over my card choices as well as some of the new stuff that came into the premium booster. So I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in a bit. So before we begin, I wanted to thank you guys for staying with me for the past 2 months. I was away because life was just really crazy. I just had a lot of things going on with work, and also I got sick during the month of February, so I didn't get a chance to kind of just sit down and record stuff. But I did have a lot of videos planned, so I still will be rolling them out. So just want to give that quick little update. So we're still going to be doing 8 standby Nino with the level 1 climax combo that came out in the movie set, and the Nino finisher from set 2. The reason why is obviously the Nino from set 2 is stronger than the movie finisher, because the movie finisher requires the premium boosters 2-1 backliner in order to turn that defensive level 3 standby into a viable finisher. So I wanted to focus more on leveraging the strength that the set 2 Nino has at full power, as well as the fact that it's a 12 standby deck, so why not run it. So just want to show that I'm still running the same climax composition. So we're going to start off with the level 0s. I am currently running 4 copies of the Nino Foolish Burial from the premium booster. So what she does is when she comes into play, you can search your deck for a quintuplets trait character and then put it to the waiting room. This essentially solves a lot of the problem that standby has, and actually I think this is the first of its profile, which is I'm gonna use the Yu-Gi-Oh term, the Foolish Burial, in which you basically get to dump a character, or in Yu-Gi-Oh's situation a monster, from the deck to the graveyard, or for Weiss from the deck to the waiting room. So this allows you to essentially set up your standby very easily and allow you to gain advantage. And plus, when it's sent to the waiting room, you may pay for the price of 2 stock, you get to salvage a character. So we play it as a 4-of. Next, I play 4 copies of this Itsuki Arisu. So this is from set 1. It's actually called the Worst Timing Itsuki Nakano. So what she does is, on play, you may reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a quintuplet character, add it to your hand, discard a card. And then same effect, same time, like when on played, the second effect is discard a quintuplet character, draw a card. So instead of playing the Nino from set 2 that does the similar thing, but it's also a Rico, which is discard a card, reveal top, salvage level X equal to the revealed top card, the revealed card's level, is because I wanted to fit in the minus soul event, which is on the choice restrict with that Nino. And since we have ourselves a Foolish Burial and a ton of other generic quint support that helps facilitate the standby and your triggers, I felt like that it was time to try to find a way to fit back in that 2-3 event, which meant I had to take out the level 0 Nino. And I decided, since we still need that draw and that hand fix, essentially the Itsuki solves that very problem. It fills in that missing need. So I play 4 copies of that just because it does the exact same thing. Next, we went back to the Ichika Riki, because since we're not playing a Nino focused deck, we needed a Riki that helps us level up, and it's a level 1 or lower Riki, which is arguably a more just as important Riki as the Nino one, and it's also a free mill on play. Next, I play 3 copies of the Nino Brainstorm. So this Nino Brainstorm is actually from the premium booster, so it has the ability On climax placement, select a character and give it the ability on a check up to the top 2 cards of your deck. Choose one to put it back on the deck and then send the rest to waiting room. You can even just mill it and then just trigger the second card. But usually this is just here for passive deck speed, since we're going to be slamming climax, if not every turn, but if not every turn, we're going to try to do it every other turn. So we're always going to have that top 2 check. And since we're not playing a Nino focused deck, we need other ways to do the top 2 check attack top 2 check, because we're not running the 1/1 from the movie set, because we're not running enough. We're running a lot of Nino, but not enough early game. We're not going to be running a pure Nino early game, that's why. So continuing on with the level 0s, we play 2 copies of this shuffle back Nino. So what she does is I get to shuffle 2 characters again back to the deck, give a character +1 soul, and then on climax placement, bounce this card to give a character +1000, and then the top 2 check effect, the Krish effect. And then lastly, we play 1 Itsuki climax swap. I play the green one just so I can have more green in the deck, because I play a tech card to help me against Shana, and it just happens to be green. Moving on to the level 1s, I still play 4 copies of the movie Nino climax combo, because not only is she a 1/1 8/5 hand on core on my turn and a 6/5 hand on core during my opponent's turn, but it's a plussing combo which pairs with this standby, which gives her the ability on attack, top 2 check, rearrange, and on reverse salvage. So I play 4 of that. I also play 2 copies of this 1/1 Nino from set 1. This is just here to handle 1k1 decks that tend to hit over 7 to 8k. This basically allows me to have a body that can stick on the board, that can stay on the board early game without having to expend cards from my hand for encoring. Next, I play 3 copies of the 2/2 Nino. This is our main standby target at level 1. We're not playing her combo, but she's still a good board breaker to standby into, because decks like Slime, Mirror Match, and even other standby decks tend to run bodies that are around 10 to 11k, and making Nino about 12 to 13k early game makes it easy for us to break the board and allows us to trade into standby lanes much easier. And it's just a generic board breaker on offense, which is really helpful. Then I play 2 copies of the Important Charm, which is your -3 soul event that was on the ban list. So we play 2 of that just for insurance and defensive options. Next, I play 1 copy of the Anti-Change Nino backup and 1 copy of the 3k memory kick. Kind of pretty much standard backups. And then lastly, now we're on to the level 3s. I play 1 copy of this Itsuki level early play. So her early play condition is if my opponent controls a level 3, I can play it. On placement, I can check the top 3 cards on my deck, rearrange them in any order, and then choose a character on my opponent's stage and bounce it. So this is the tech that I was mentioning earlier at level 0. I mainly run it to help me against Shana. I know there's the Ichika version that is a 2/1, but I don't want to have to burn a standby to standby a 2/1 where in a position where I don't like. Most likely I'm going to put it in the back row, and then by the time I have access to it, it's either too early or too late. So I want to have a little bit more control of having the bounce available when I need it. So I decided to play the level 3 Itsuki bounce, since I can search it early game or search it mid to late game, there's so many ways to dig this out that it's just easier for me to just get it naturally and just play it from hand. Not to mention it gives one of my characters plus 2k till the end of their turn. Yep. So it helps me make a lane a little bit fatter to allow me to run over lanes easier, as well as just bouncing pesky cards that could impede my game plan. I then play one copy of the early play Nino from the movie set. So her early condition is the same as this Itsuki, where they both rely on your opponent having a level 3 on board, except this one is an on-play heal and it's a plus 2/5 with hand on core. So this will stay if I early play it. I'll use this as basically a secondary beater next to the 2/2 Nino, and it's just there for healing and early play. Continuing on with the level 3s, I play 2 copies of this Ichika backliner. So I play this backliner over the Nino one. I decided to pivot back into this one because not only is it a generic plus 2k to characters in front of it, but with standby, since I've been noticing I trigger a lot of standby even with the Nino one, being able to modulate my soul triggers is really helpful because it allows me to essentially pump soul and make side attack possible, or if I need to just push for damage to close the game out, it gives us more instances for lethal. Next, I play 2 copies of this Nino. So it basically has the same profile as the Ichika from set 2, which is basically a change at the beginning of your climax phase. Balance this card to play a quintuplet character whose levels equal, just play, and not even whose levels equal to or less than. It's just play 1 quintuplet character from hand, and then pay 2, tap self, burn 1. So this is one of our secondary finishers. It allows us to tutor into anything, whether it be the Nino finisher or even our other secondary finisher, which is 2 copies of this 3/2 Nino, which is basically the same profile as the Trodek Miku, which is when it comes into play, search your deck for a quintuplet character added to your hand, and then on attack, pay 2, discard 1. Your opponent mills the bottom 4 cards of their deck. For every climax revealed, burn 1. And then lastly, 4 copies of the finisher Nino. Wanted to clarify quickly before I go into the Nino. I just realized I misspoke about this one. It's an Icy Tail for 4, and it's basically earn X equal to the number of climax revealed. Sorry, I just thought about the other finisher, and I just realized the Kana finisher's effect, which is also an Icy Tail, but I did the burn 1 for every climax. I said wrong. I just had a brain fart for a sec. So going back to this Nino 3/2, this is your main finisher of the deck. You should already know. I don't have to explain myself. I've been explaining myself ad nauseum with this finisher. It's the heart and soul and what makes Nino such a explosive standby deck. So I hope you guys like this video. I will be doing more videos like this in the near future. I have a couple deck profiles slated. I am going to be showcasing some of the stuff I got from One Piece set 10, as well as some other things. I have a lot of videos in store, so hope you guys like this deck profile. Don't forget to rate, comment, balls crack that like button, and stay on point, guys. Peace out.